Alrighty, hi everyone. My name's Garth, and this is NG. He's joined us tonight. What we're going to cover tonight is a little bit about Builderall. I want to do some training on Builderall. I've had a few questions. Why Builderall and where to start with Builderall. Also some basics and some Q&As. Okay, so because I get a lot of questions from people, they get stuck on different things. So we're going to go through that tonight. So we might have a few people come in while we've got the training on, and that's okay too. Otherwise, if you've got any questions later, we can cover it in the next training. So that's all good. All right, so what I might do is I'll share my screen. Okay. So we'll start with why Builderall. I'll just go into Builderall platform. We'll just go to here. So this is so if you're not familiar with Builderall, let's find it here. So Builderall is just basically a platform for building websites and building funnels. Okay, and essentially, just to give you an overview of what and why I got into Builderall was that when you're working, let's say you have a website, okay? So normally most people with a website, they might have a Wix website, or they might have a WordPress website, for example. And basically, that's what most people get started with, because either it's free with like WordPress, or Wix, maybe you can get a free site or something like that. So basically, that's where I started out, and then moved along with WordPress and started doing a lot of WordPress sites. But after you do a few WordPress sites, you'll realize there's a couple of things that it's very difficult to do. And one of the most important things is being able to build your list. Like if you're doing anything online with making money or whatever you have, it could be selling your own services or something that you do. You might be an artist. You might have certain skills that you want to sell. Now, there's two things you can do. You can either go onto a marketplace, or you can try and have your own website and generate your own traffic and get people to your website. Okay, and to do that, if you might have already had WordPress or Wix, but then what happens is you'll start to realize there's some limitations, and one of those things is when you want to build a list and you want to sell your product essentially, and that's when the fun starts, because it gets more and more difficult with WordPress. So there is a few other things you can do. There's ones like ClickFunnels, which cost around $100, $300 a month, and then there's this course Builderall, which is much less than that, around about $50 a month. So most of you guys already have Builderall. For some of you that don't, I'll give you a link for later, and we'll go through that. So basically, this is what Builderall is about. It's a platform, okay, for building websites and mainly funnels. You just don't do a website for the sake of doing a website. You want to do a website to build a funnel. And essentially what we'll do is we'll go into the back office and we'll have a look at the main thing that you would use is the builders. So essentially why you would do it is so that you can build something. It could be simply that you want to create a landing page, okay, and that you want to collect email addresses to build a list. Because if you don't have a list, you don't have a way of recontacting these people. So that's the main reason why I use Builderall, and it's very affordable compared to some of the others. So Angie, did you have anything to add on sort of your experience with Builderall and some of the other websites that you've had experience with?
Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff with different pages and different softwares and different tracking systems, and basically what I found was that each software is really good. GetResponse, Aweber, all those things are really good, but nothing really kind of puts it all together in like one system where it's kind of all integrated, and that's what Builderall does. It puts autoresponder landing pages, webinars, funnel systems, and it with a few clicks of a button, it integrates everything, and it does it really well. One thing that I would say that is the drawback to Builderall, not to hype anything up, although, is it does things really well and it's good enough for what we need. But for example, there's a new what do you call it? Dynamic pixel type of website that does mobile advertising. It's called Tesla. I think it's called Tesla. And basically, what that does is it builds dynamic pages and it tests them on the fly. And so you can send 1,000 clicks to your landing page. And what this software will do is basically configure everything, change all the variables out, and do it dynamically, and then put it into a spreadsheet or an analytical form and tell you exactly which ones are the best solutions and which one's converting the most. And Builderall hasn't got there yet, but again, you're looking at one business that just does one simple thing and that has, a payroll and a huge staff. So I would say Builderall is all, like, it's for what we need. It's got everything that we need as an internet marketer. And I would say it does things well. Like it's like a jack of all trades. It does things well. But if you look at it as the term of, you want to specialize in one thing that does really, really well, and you want to pay big bucks, then go use lead pages. But you're going to be paying big bucks. You go to use Builderall, it basically does the same thing, but just not on a high-end level. But it does everything that we need. So why would you go and pay, $100, $200 for lead pages? Then we can get Builderall basically do the same thing at $49.95, because we're not, we don't need those features. We just need something that's going to do what we do. So I would say, if you look at it in a long term, the whole picture, you can't beat the value. It's $49.95. It's just, you can't beat the value.
Yeah, totally agree with you.
So that's giving you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's
giving you pros and cons.
Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, it's not there for everyone. Like, some people probably can get away with a free Wix site. We know, with a little advertising down there when they get started. But what will happen is, as soon as they start to sell and they want to sell a product, maybe they're doing affiliate offers, or maybe they want to do e-commerce or something like that. Once they start to actually use it to make money, they'll find some of the things that they want to do they can't do, especially with list building. Whether you're building an email list or whether you're building a chatbot list, some of you may not be aware of that, but that's a different way of building a list. And yeah, so there's different things like that. And essentially, I would say this would be the step up from WordPress. So if you've seen WordPress, like, I've had probably 15 years with WordPress, I think now, and I still have WordPress sites. But in terms of building out a site really quickly, so for example, I have an idea or a landing page or a new offer or something new affiliate program that I'm promoting, I can quickly make a new website. I can get a domain name, and literally within 2 hours, I can have it already, up and running and working, and it's really easy to do. So that's the main reason why I like it. And in the value, like Angie said, the value of it. So what we might do is we'll go through just quickly how you would go to create a new site, okay? And I'll go through just the basics of what you can choose, because there's actually a ton of sites that you can do. So I'll just click on the new website button, and we'll have a look what you can do with it. So the other thing too about this is, when you're working with WordPress, there's always like limitations, or with Wix, there's limitations to the way the layout is, and a lot of the times you have to work like with these grids, and it's very like programming. It's very difficult. But where they have this basically like this pixel perfect builder, and literally where you drag and drop things, that's where they stay on the screen, and it's pretty amazing. So here's an example of some of the templates, and literally they have thousands of them. And I don't know about you, Angie, but I've noticed that every time I come in here, there's new website templates. I think there's like 6 new ones there that I haven't seen before. And essentially any type of website for, painters, if you've got customers yourself, or you're doing for someone else, or you're doing it for yourself. So they already have all these websites, and literally, let's say you've got a cleaning service, or let's say a pool cleaner. So if you just click on this button here, this will actually open up the template, and it's a pre-built website ready to go, and all you've got to do is modify it. You don't even have to build it from scratch. So that's the benefit of having these templates already pre-done. This will literally save you hours. I've built websites, from scratch, and they really do take a long time. And this is why you pay $500, $600, $700 for websites. So this website here has been already, put together in a template and a whole layout, and it looks really good. And essentially, all you have to do is modify it. And so that's sort of like that template there. All you need to do is you would just click on the edit button, and then that would open up a new window, and it would go into the editor. And then that's where you make your changes, and it's very simple to use. So I won't go too much into the editor side of it, but basically everything is like drag and drop, and all you got to do is just click on the images and right click and just do different things like that, and you can actually just move things around, edit text. So that's the sort of how easy it is. It's really simple. What do you reckon, NG? Like in terms of what you've used before?
Yeah, I mean, there's other softwares out there like ClickFunnels, and that does a great job. But I never use ClickFunnels, but I know a lot of advanced marketers use it. What I mean advanced. So, ClickFunnels does a good job, and Builderall is like a for whatever you want to do with ClickFunnels, you can basically do it in Builderall without a few bells and whistles. But basically, you don't have to pay what you used ClickFunnels before.
Yeah,
it's 100+ software just for the $300 is ClickFunnels with an autoresponder, isn't it?
Yeah. Or you'd have to use another autoresponder. At the time, I was using GetResponse, and I was paying $50 for that plus ClickFunnels, so it was about $150, and I had to use those to match them up. But if you use the whole one for ClickFunnels, it's $300 to get that autoresponder built in. So yeah,
it's kind of so like if you've got the option there where you want to go Builderall, like at a cheaper option, again, price versus value, what you're getting with functionality, Builderall beats most softwares there hands down. But going back to what you said about your local pool, I had a customer that signed on this week, and he's just doing local advertising. So he's basically got Builderall, and then he's now going to go out and find local clients, and he's going to charge them like $50, $100 for the website. But he's not going to tell them it's Builderall, right? It's just a website that he's maintaining. Okay, so with Builderall, you can build unlimited websites, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what he's doing. He's going to go out there and get local clients, get a $50 to $100 per month, and they're all just going to be Builderall. They're all just going to go on Builderall, and he's good to go. But let me just show you very quickly, Garth. I'll show you mine. I'm always working on Builderall, and these are my sites, right? I've got a lot of sites that I'm creating new ones, testing new ones, and putting new funnels in. So I'm pretty in depth with Builderall. I love it. I use it every day, and one website will not fit all. So, for example, you need one website for your portfolio of, about me page, a little bit about you. You create a page of that. Then you need to, if you want to do a pre-sell or upsell product on an affiliate ClickBank product, well, then you're going to need another page. You're going to need another website, And then, if you're going to do if you run another offer and you see something that you like about the health and wellness or fitness niche, and you like an offer about that, then you've got to go and build another website like that. You can do all this into Builderall, just by drag and drop and clicking. So for me personally, you saw how many websites I spend daily. I build new websites, build new landing pages. I'm constantly using Builderall, and for $49.95, like I just feel that I'm kind of ripping them off in a sense, because I got all the tools. I just canceled my Get Response a couple of months ago when I started Builderall. That was costing me $75 a month. So I figure, hey, I might as well just use Builderall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save money anyway.
Yep, 100%. And as you can see, what we did on the screen, it's really easy just to change the text. So you just double click and you can modify the text, for example. You can make a change here. And literally, as long as you know how to click on something, something here, it's that easy. That's how easy it is. Now, let's say you want to move that around. Let's say this button, you want to move to a different location. You just click on it and then just move it. Just move it with a mouse. Just say we want it there. We just drag and drop. And literally, that's how easy it is. So you can start with these templates, ones that are already built, or you can start from scratch or even create your own funnels. So that's just how simple it is there. And if we have a quick, I'll show you the funnels really quickly before we move on. So the other thing you can do is the sales funnels, and this applies to, especially when you're building your list or something like that. I would say that'd be the biggest thing. Let's say you might be doing a, I was trying to think what, this would be I think this would be the one I'd use the most, which would be the lead magnet funnel. What would you think, NG? Is that something you use a fair bit, that one? The concept? So the lead magnet funnel, the idea is that you have the traffic, you have people come to the actual page, and you'll notice with a normal website, all the there's like logos and different places to click. You've got navigation and everything. But when you get to a page like this, a landing page, what happens is there's nowhere else you can click except where you want them to click. And so in this example, and you'd obviously modify this, the idea is to get their name and email address, and then you would click on the button, and then this would actually save their email address into a list, and this is called an autoresponder. And once it's saved into the list, you can then send them an email automatically and follow up with that person. So they could be getting something for free that you're giving away, or could be anything. It could be a video that you're doing, or a report, something you're giving away of some sort, and you're basically asking them to opt in. And this is how a lot of people build their list, and this is how I build my list. And very, very simple to do. And this is what these funnels, literally, it only takes a few minutes to get the funnel up and running, and then to connect it to an autoresponder, which is actually built in. You don't have to go to any external and pay any extra money. It's already built in there. So that's just an example of one. They've actually got a whole bunch of different ones. More advanced. This one's for sales letter funnel, which is for a long type page copy if you're selling something, where it's got a lot of information in it. There's ones that look like articles, so you can you might send people to an article where you do like, have a quick look at what this one looks like. You'll send them to a page where you have an article, and on the article they'll read the article, a bit like a blog, but when the only thing they can click on is perhaps a button or an offer, something that you put on that page. So they would go to this page, they would read whatever article that you have, you might have written something for them. But on that page will just be down, usually on the right-hand side or down the bottom, you'd make an offer for one of your products or something like that. So that's the idea of these pages. So that, like for example, this one, when you get down to the bottom, you can press the button and then get access to a free toolkit or anything that you would like. So they've got all those different funnels that you can just simply, create from scratch, or you can just copy. So that's really good. I would say that's one of my favorites. I use a lot of the sales funnels. And as you can see, they've got all the different other lists of other things that they do. So is there anything else you wanted to mention, NG, about this particular area before we move on? I can't hear you. I think you're on mute. Yep. That's
Sorry.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw an oddball out there. What I'm doing is I'm creating a oh, excuse me. I'm creating a landing page, and what I want to do is I've created the landing page, and I want to go to a it's not even a video with a pre-sale. It's nothing like that. It's just an in-between page where I can drop my retargeting pixel, but it's just basically like a dummy page that says, hey, you know, we're just checking to see if you qualify, or we're just checking if this offer is available. Can you do that with inside? Like, can you put like an invisible timer, or like do you know how to do that? You've done that before?
Yeah. So would it be like a landing page that you put some text on? Would it have a video on it or just text?
Oh no, this will be, sorry, this is after the opt-in. After the opt-in,
Yep.
then they go to a page that says, hey, we're just seeing if you qualify, and it's got like a, you know, like a flash graphic across with the bar, you know.
Yes.
And all that is just to basically see if they qualify, put the pre-frame in their mind that the offer may not be available, and
Yep.
it goes for like, you know, 5 seconds.
Yep.
And then you redirect them automatically to ClickBank offer. But
Yep.
the thing is, it's what it's meant to do is like pre-frame, but also it allows me to drop my pixel on the page. I'm not using. I mean, I do have ClickMagick, but I could probably put the pixel in the tracking link. But I'm just going to put it on the page. Do you know how to do that?
So I think the way you would do that is you'd have your first page like the opt-in. When they get to that second page, we'll have a quick look. There'll be a tool in there with redirection on it. So we'll have a quick look. I haven't done this before, so let's just have a quick look at it though. We'll just open up a new layout and we'll have a quick look at the tools, and I think there'll be a tool in there for the redirection. We'll have a quick look, see, because I know there is some time.
I know. Yeah, the timer, but that doesn't then do anything, does it? Is that a real timer, or is it just a graphic?
There is some actions on the timer, but I'll check to see if one of the if there is a redirection on there. So I'll have a look. I'm not sure. Mostly, I was trying to think whether I've done it differently. Yeah, it's just trying to think how I've done it. Normally,
you know what I mean, right?
I put the pixel on the whole site. So what will happen is the actual, let's say it's a Facebook pixel. Is that what you mean? Or are you talking about?
Yeah. No, I'm using a different network. I'm just using a different network.
So
but yeah, you can use your pack.
Let's say you were going to drop in your like a pixel. What would happen is, let's say this is your page. Okay, so we have a quick look here. And we get on that little gear icon. Scroll down. Now this is where you can put your scripts in. They've got one specifically for Facebook Pixel. Analytics, which is mainly
okay, gotcha.
Basically Google. You put in the script in there for Google, and then any additional scripts you can put them in here. So what happens is if you put it into this section, every single page that script will load. So if you if it's a cookie type script, whereby if they land on anywhere on that page, you would put it on this page here. So the moment they land on your main page, they're going to be cookied. That's one way you could do it. So I'm not sure that's could be one way that you do it. Let's have a look at the other way. So let's have a look at some of the things we can do. So these here are the different elements that you can choose and add to different pages. So let's have a look. Let's have a quick look at the timer and see if there's anything about timer.
I think I've done it before with the HTML apps, HTML,
Yeah, let's have a
just
look
for
there.
putting the
That's not in
I
time.
could do it that way, I guess.
Let's have a look in apps.
But yeah, the thing, yeah, I think I've solved that issue.
Yep.
But the other issue is the I could just probably find a GIF image just to, like the bar that kind of, like it's like a
Like
bar
a
that
progress
moves.
bar.
Yeah, I could get that, but the redirection is really what I want.
Yeah, I'll
A
just see.
timed redirection.
Yeah, I'll just see with these progress bars whether they have anything special on them. So we've just put a progress bar on the screen. Let's right click on it and then have a look at, let's have a look at animation. We'll see if there's anything in there. Select animation. We could have, let's just shake. Okay, so it does have animation, but there's no redirection on that. I thought there might have been a redirection. I'm just having a quick look. Yeah, so nothing on animation. I'll just check to see if there's anything else.
Yeah, this is not a typical kind of page.
No,
either, so
there is
it's kind of like what.
they have a transition. We'll have a look at what the transition does. Yeah, so it could be web address. JavaScript. Okay, I can't see it there. Not an obvious thing. I thought it might have been transitions. You can make it go to a different page. Okay, yeah. I can't see any obvious things there. But what I might do is I'll have a look into it and see if there's an easy way to do a redirection. There might be. I just haven't had to come across that one before. So, but it is a good point because sometimes you may want them to be on a page for 5 or 10 seconds and then redirect them to another page. So what I can do is I'll have a look and see if I can find out in the next time before we have the next lot of training and see if I can find out an answer for you. But that's a good question. All right. So so basically, you've just seen how easy it is to add new elements. There's all the different elements you can add on the screen, and essentially you can choose different text, banners, buttons, images, and all sorts of things. And it doesn't take too long to build out a page from scratch or to make changes when you've got the template already there. So that's all is to that one. I'll just have a go back here. So I'll quickly show you, you might be thinking, okay, well, how am I going to get like help with it? Did they have like training and stuff like that? So I've put together a lot of training, which I'll give you some links at the end so you can get access to the training, which covers like, all the basics of the training. But in here, you can actually go into tutorial and training videos. And it's very extensive, the training and videos that they have in there. And these like basically all my understanding and knowledge has come from going through these tutorials, and is hardly anything that's not covered. They cover everything. So anything you want to know and want to do is in these videos here. So they talk about the drag and drop site builder, how to use the autoresponder, and there's a whole lot of other apps as well. We've only covered like the build up, but there's actually a lot of other apps included in there as well. So, but the main two I would say I use is the Autoresponder and the Builder. And I was trying to think if there's any other apps. I don't really use the webinar. Just trying to think if there's anything else I've used that's extensively. No, I wouldn't think so. I mucked around with Facebook chat and auto post and a couple of these things here, but the main thing I've worked with is the drag and drop builder and the autoresponder. Have you sort of delved into any of the other stuff, NG, at all?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, mainly I just focus on the build the websites, the landing pages, the funnels, really. Because yeah, they're sort of my main sort of go-tos because that's really what I want to use Builderall. But I know that Builderall is pretty extensive. It's very you know, it's got a lot of bells and whistles to it. If you want to add stuff and make things, you can even build you know how to build those membership sites. You can build. It's a crazy amount of stuff you can do with this stuff. But I would recommend first of all, I recommend you work on this stuff every day. And if you don't have some sort of tool like this, like honestly, you shouldn't be. You need a tool like this, or else you're not going to be able to do anything online. You just need websites, you need funnels, you need to create a sales process, to put people through, build rapport, build trust, know, like, and trust you, and that's when they buy. So if you haven't got Builderall or some sort of mechanism to put people through that process, you're way behind the game. You're going to fail online. So you must have a tool to do this, and Builderall does it all, and it's only $49.95. So this is, I still think, I don't know why. Like, I'm thinking to myself, it's so cheap. Like, they should be charging way more for this stuff. But you know what? I'm not complaining. And and so we're this is an awesome tool. We can do all the stuff that we want to do inside it to help us with our internet marketing. I use it every day. You've seen how many? I just created another funnel today, so that's what I've been working on. But hey, do you want to maybe do that? Do you want to show me how to do that thing quickly?
Yeah, sure.
How to improve the.
Yeah. So let's just have a look. I'll just make sure. Yeah. So basically, we've covered why you would use Builderall. Where to start, I think, is I'll give you this link so you can have a look at some of the training as well. But we've explained where you actually get the training in the back office, and they've got all that stuff there. And now we've covered some of the basics, how to put together things, and of course there's more in the training I've got here, and also NG's done training himself. The Q&A. So I think you had a question, NG, that you wanted to cover. I was trying to remember what that question was again. Do you want to just remind us what that question is? I think your sound's muted.
Sorry.
You're right.
Yeah, the opt-in form reorder from first name to email address on the bottom.
Oh, yes. All right. So what we might do is I've probably got an example. Actually, let's do an example right now. You can see the screen. So this is how it would work. Let's say you were going to create a new. Yeah, actually, we'll do a new sales funnel landing page. Actually, I think your video has frozen at the moment. Just try turning off your camera and turning it back on. Oh, you can see you now. That's all good. I had a freeze frame there for a minute. All right, so let's have a look at one of the funnels. We'll just go to the lead magnet funnel again, because this is one that you use quite regularly. Let's double check. We'll get rid of that one. And we'll go edit. Now, when you're working with funnels and you link it to the autoresponder, you really need to save it and then link it. So we'll do that first. So what will happen is you'll have your page and you'll want to create a list that goes with it and matches it up. And I'll show you the technique for doing that. Now, normally what will happen is when you want to create a list, you want to get their email and maybe their first name, for example. But what happens is when you do this, generally it actually does it the other way around. So as you can see on the screen here, it says email and first name, and you're thinking, well, no, I want it the other way around. I want first name at the top and email at the bottom, okay, in this example. Sometimes it might just be after email. So the best way to do this is, I might just see if we connect it to, let's see if we connect it to a new list. So we'll just go back and we'll go into the mailing boss, okay? And we'll create a new list in the mailing boss, and then we'll link it. So I'll show you quickly how to do that. Because actually where you make the change is in mailing boss. So we'll click on this one. And when you make the change in mailing boss, it then changes the screen back here. So let's just save this one. Also, it's good practice to delete the one that's already there. So if we click on it, right click, and then we hit the little delete. Okay, so we can delete it. We're going to add another one. So, but we're going to create the list first. So let's create a new list. We'll call this, I don't know, best list. 26. Okay. And we'll just give it the same name. Just press continue. Okay, so we've created a new list. All right, and we can make it a single opt-in, which means they only opt in once. They don't actually get a email, or opt-in twice is when they get an email and they have to respond to that email, and that's an opt-in, a double opt-in. We just want a single opt-in for this example. So we click next. And I forgot to put the description. So you must have all three things filled out. Let's click in there, save that, next. Okay, so here's where you've got your custom fields. Now it always has email, but you need to tick the boxes for first name and maybe last name. Now you don't have to have the last name, but let's just say we go with the first name. We tick the tick box. Okay, so now it's added, and we click on Save Changes. You can always add more later if you want to, but I recommend those two. You have your welcome email. Now you don't have to actually worry about this at the moment. You don't actually need to use that. We just click on Save. All right, so our list is being created. Now what we have to do is we go in this little drop down and we have a look at the custom fields. So we click on the list custom fields, and this shows the fields, basically the information that we're going to have. And as you can see, we've got email and first name. Now the way, if you want to sort them and make the first name the first one, what you got to do is the sort order here is how you change it. So that is 0, meaning it's the first one. And then you need to change this one to a 1. So because 0 is before 1, this one will appear at the top. And all you do is click on Save Changes. And now first name appears at the top. So you got first name and email. Now you might also want to make that required. So you might just go yes, and we save that again. So now that you've got the first name and then the email in the correct order within inside the email list, what happens is now when you go back to here and you click on the plus, and then you click on add email form, and we're going to choose similar one that we had before. So this is now, we're going to move that where we want it. Okay, and what we do is we need to link it. So if we right click and we click on configure, oh, this is where you got to save it. So we got to save, we go right click save, just call it test 26-1018. That should be fine. Send, save. So it's important to save it. All right, so now we should be able to link it. So we right click, configure. The first option is mailing boss. We select that one. And there's the one we created, test list 26-1018. So we click on that one. And now it has first name and email in the order that we need. Then the only other thing you would need to do with that one is you would click on change URL. And what this does is, I'll just wait for it to load. So that what it means is if they do subscribe, where are you going to send them afterwards? So let's say we click on this button here, we send them to the next page. Maybe it is our thank you page, okay? So we open up in the same tab, we click OK. Also, if they do subscribe successfully, we also want to send them to our thank you page. So we just select a thank you page, we click OK. And if they're actually unsubscribed member, we don't want to take any action at all. We click on confirm, confirm. We click on save, and that's done. Now we can actually test that out, but that is the general order that you change it. You always change it in the mailing boss first, and then it will appear in the correct order here. So hopefully that helps you, NG. And then once you you can basically make that live. Once you make it live, so you would go back into the builders and you go my sites, and once you activate it, it'll be live, and then you can get it the email address. We can test that if you like right now. But what we just did there was really simple, okay? But if you do that with any other, if you try and do that with WordPress or any other type of solution, it's extremely difficult. And that's what I love. One of the things I love about Builderall is you can quickly make so here you can quickly make a page and get an opt-in straight away to build your list. So we just go over to more options. We publish this page. We click OK. It's published, and then let's open it up in a new page. So this is our test page, and it will load up. All right, and then let's put in an email address. Now, this is a little tip for you guys to get email addresses. So if you want to make a email address, like make one up, and you don't want to use your own or use something like else, it's a place called temp-mail.org. And all you do is you go to this site, and it will give you a temporary email address for your testing. So we'll just use that one right now. So it's giving us an email address, and all we do is copy that email address, and we go back to our page, and we paste in the email address, press the button, and this will take us to the thank you page. Okay, as you can see, it's redirecting now to the thank you page. And this is what the thank you page looks like. And when we go into the mailing boss, if we then go to lists, we'll go through the lists. Yep, this is our list right here, test list. And our subscriber, that person that we just subscribed, they just filled out that form. There's Fred, and there's his email address. And what just happened is this is like the fundamental building block of making money online. You need to build that list. And this is how quickly we've just done in 5-10 minutes. We've just put a page together. We've had a form, and we've got the person to fill out the details, and they've filled it out, and now we have them in our list, and now we can email or follow up. And that's what I think is the magic of this, and it makes it really simple to do. Did you have any thoughts on that, NG? Did that help you at all?
Yeah, that was good, mate. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to know. I deleted the old opt-in box, just created a new one, connected it, and it was good to go. And the other question, which is kind of a continuation of this question, is I'm assuming. Hang on, let me have a look. I'll just refresh my page.
Yep.
Went back into mailing bots, and I wanted to change. No, it hasn't happened yet. Maybe I might have to do a read. I wanted to change the fields within the opt-in box that says, first name, email. I want to change it to best email. So I'd do that within the fields of the mailing
I know
for that
what
list.
you're saying. So what you would do is you go back into the editor, and see at the moment it says first name and email there. You can actually right click on that, and let's have a look at options. So it says field content and field label. So they're two things. At the moment, field content is the actual name, which is in Mailing Boss. Okay, so if we go into here and we click on quick links, we go to list custom fields. And once we've got the custom fields up on the screen, we'll have a look at what you'll see the default value and the help text and the label. So what happens is if you type in something in the help text, that is what will appear in this section here. And you may need to turn
Gotcha.
the label on. Yeah, I think I haven't done it recently, but I think if you turn field label on, now it says first name and email. And when you go back here, I think it's where the help text, let's type in best email. Sorry, rub that out. Click on save. We'll see if that makes any difference.
Maybe it might just take a couple of minutes for it to change.
Yeah, I might just delete it and add it again. If you make changes with the form, you need to normally you need to re-add it usually. So we'll just go and add it again.
Okay.
Yeah, it's safer to add it if you make field changes. So we'll just have a quick look. If you go. Yeah, so that appears below that part. That's where in Mailing Boss, when you type in the help text, it appears at the bottom underneath that section.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you want,
yeah,
want this part to change, then you would change this label here. You would call this one best email, and you would get rid of the help text, and you would save that. I think best email might be the way to go. And then once you go back into here, we'll just delete that again. We'll add it again. Figure, mailing boss. See how it says best email now? Yeah, so that's how you
Yeah, that's what I want.
email. Yeah,
That's what I want.
so the trick there is you actually would change the label to best email. Even though this says email, which you can't change, this part is you change the label. So that's the trick to that. So you just got to change the order and change the label, click save, and then don't forget to delete it and then re-add it and configure it. And then once you have it set, then you can change the color and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, what we've demonstrated there is essentially just so important. I can't imagine anything more important than building your list, and this is where this software is really amazing. So yeah, I'm excited about this stuff. It's just fantastic. You can just build a page out really quickly, and you can collect emails, and it's unlimited. I'm not sure. I can't remember how many lists I have right now, but I think it's 80. I'll have a look. Like it's unlimited. What have I got? I think I have a quick look here. My list. Yeah, I think there's 20 or 30 lists that I have, and there's a lot of subscribers. So you're not you don't just have like 5 lists or something like that. You've actually got unlimited, so you can have unlimited subscribers and unlimited lists. And a lot of the other ones don't do that at all. They charge you. You only have so many lists that you can do. So yeah, it's pretty amazing value. So there's no doubt about that for sure. So I think that covers it. I don't think we'll go. If there's anything else you want to talk about, otherwise we'll finish up now. I think we've been going for a little while, and I think what else? We'll just double check what else I wanted to cover. That's right. I just wanted a Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, I'll get you just a comment below, and we'll cover that in the next lot of training. I'll also put this link with the training as well. And also Angie will have his own link, and basically just click the link, go through, and you'll get access to the training. Okay, and Angie will have a slightly different link to myself. I think that's all I wanted to cover. I think that's good. All right, I think that's it. Yeah,
I just wanted to say, just lastly, Garth, yeah. So when you're doing this mailing boss, like you mailing boss and which is the autoresponder that's connected to Builderall, I'm still learning myself. I've been using this for what 3 or 4 months now, and I'm still learning new things.
Yep.
But here's the thing: there's I'm always learning new things, and that's why I said to Garth, hey, how do you do this? Reconfigure this configuration of the email. I want the email on the bottom, not on the top. So that's why I went to him, and he's like, oh, I know how to do that. So that's why we actually did this. This was actually a real question that I had, and Garth said, well, let's just do a training about it. I said, yeah, good idea. We can use the content. So the thing is, if you try to do this stuff when you're by yourself, you can do it by yourself. But when you come along across problems like this, it's gonna do your head in, and you're gonna go, oh, how do I do this? And then it's going to become frustrating for you. Even though this system is an awesome system, there's a lot of bells and whistles to it. So what I'm saying is, to learn this stuff takes time, but once you get it the way you want it, it's very powerful. Excuse me. And when you come across problems, like I just said, it's going to do your head in. So it's like if you're going to come across the same problems that we've already come across, same with Garth, same with what I've experienced, so we can help you. That's why you can get like I posted into Builderall group, and that was very responsive. Don't get me wrong. There's like 4 or 5, 6 different answers, but no one could answer it perfectly. Not like a video tutorial like we just done, Garth, hey, do this. You sent me a number of recordings, right, of actually you solving the problem through free software, use Loom. So I was like, oh, I can go to Builderall English, the main group, which I did. but it didn't solve me the problem. When I went to Garth, he's like, oh yeah, this is how you do it. See, so that's the difference between joining someone that doesn't know what they're talking about or joining someone that knows actually the intricate parts of it. And I know the marketing side very well. Garth knows the technical side very well. So that's why we work great as a team.
Yeah.
And if you join either of us, we have a group, you can get the problem solved, get your page up and running, get traffic to it, start building a list and start making money.
Yeah, 100%. And how, like, you would know this, how many people have contacted you afterwards that, you know, are not getting the training that they desire. So they, you know, they want to be part of Builderall, but they just, you know, they've signed up or whatever, and they're, unfortunately, they're not getting the help they need. And that's why it's important to join a group, join a group of people.
All the time, man.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yep, I get it all the time. And yeah, it's just one of those things. And it's unfortunate, but this is what we're all about. We're all about helping people get to the end result. And look, Builderall is just a tool. It's just like any tool that we cover. There'll be different training. We're going to be next lot of training we're doing is on 25 one-up, because I have a few people, and NG knows a lot more about that than myself, and he's very good at that. And it's a really good opportunity. So there's that one. We'll do some training on that. But it doesn't matter what we're going to do training on. It's important to go and get involved with a group of people or individuals that have been there and done it and can help you. Because so many times people join up to something or do something, and then there's no support, no one to help them out, and they can't make money online. And honestly, that's the whole thing, is to help people make money online, make a difference in their lives, make a change, you know, for themselves. And it requires skills. You've got to have some skills to do that. And basically, if you don't have the skills, you need to learn those skills or get involved with people that have got those skills so you can learn from. And I think that's just the trick to it, because it's very hard if you're not learning these things. So yeah, I think that's all I think I wanted to cover tonight on the training. And yeah, is there anything else you want to finish up, NG?
No, we're good, mate.
We're good? No worries. Well, what we'll do is we're going to, this has all been recorded. I'm going to upload the video shortly. And check the link below. NG will have a link for, he'll be able to direct you the best to his training. He's got some different training to myself. But nevertheless, and I'll drop my link as well. And essentially, if it doesn't matter whether you're already with our group and you just want additional training, that's fine. Or if you haven't even got Builderall, that's great too. You know, click on the link, check it out, and see what the benefits are. Because it's just a tool that's going to get, you know, where you want quicker. It's going to get to that result that you want quicker, rather than stuffing around with something that's not going to work and you're going to have problems later. So that's all I got for you guys. I'll let you know for when we're doing the next lot of training, and I'll let you know what that's going to be. So looking forward to that. Alrighty, I'll see you all later.